People are starting to file in here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Very exciting times because, like you just said, the Wolfpack women haven't been in the Final Four since '98. None of the players on this current roster were even born back then. But the Wolfpack say that they are ready. So do the fans. They say that they are ready to take on top-ranked South Carolina and shock the world. The team is ready.
I think we're the party crashers in a good way. I think what we do as a team, we do it with unity.
The fans are ready.
Oh, we're going to win. I woke up this morning singing the state fight song.
And the city of Cleveland is ready. The Final Four is here, and the Wolfpack women are set to take on South Carolina. Fans like Natalie Miller are dressed in NC State red from head to toe. She let her daughter Maris skip school today so they can make the trip to Ohio.
I had a big decision whether to go to Phoenix or to here, and I chose to come here because my daughter is a huge women's basketball fan, and she and I have gone to every home game this year.
Maris says she hopes to attend state one day. Tonight, she's hopeful her team will make some history.
South Carolina is undefeated, but I know we're hungry and we're not scared of that.
The team says the game will come down to rebounding and defense, and they're not worried about the pressure of playing in the Final Four.
Obviously, you got to put points on the board, but I feel like, just it's crazy just being here in the Final Four, honestly. But I mean, the pressure, it'll go away once the game starts, honestly.
I got fans everywhere right now. UConn fans right here. Iowa fans right here. They're the second game tonight, but we got NC State first against South Carolina. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. It's a sold-out crowd here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Over 19,000 people will be in this arena, Gerald. It's going to be a fun night. The Crown Plaza Hotel, where the Wolfpack women, the band, and the cheer teams are staying this week, is just off to my right here. It's just steps away from some really unique history right here in the heart of downtown Cleveland. This is the second largest performing arts center in the country. The lights are shining bright at Playhouse Square. This is its iconic chandelier, and at night, it's simply breathtaking. The marquees are lit up over the 5 theaters that make up this district. One of them, appropriately called the State Theater.
A once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially for being in band when you have 4 years of college. Never know how far your team can get.
Earlier today, the NC State Marching Band and Cheer Squad took in the 6 levels of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The perfect way for these particular members of the Wolfpack to take in Cleveland.
Seeing all of the musicians that I grew up listening to, that my parents grew up listening to, I've taken lots of pictures for them.
The women's team also got to check out the Rock Hall during a welcome dinner for the Final Four. Head coach Wes Moore hoping the team taps into that rock energy here in Cleveland to crash the Final Four party.
Playing a great team, big challenge, but hey, there's about 356 teams that would give anything to trade places with us, so we're excited about the opportunity.
Tomorrow we will get our first look at NC State in practice ahead of their matchup with South Carolina. I'll also be talking with some of the players and Coach Moore. In Cleveland, Brett Knese, WRAL News. Yeah, Gerald, proud of what they were able to accomplish all season long because they really weren't picked to get this far, but they did. They got here to Cleveland, the Final Four, and these fans are just so thankful that they were able to come along for the ride. Afterwards, I talked with the players as well, and they are just so proud of everything they've accomplished this year. They weren't even supposed to be here at the Final Four, but the Wolfpack women crashed the party in Cleveland, looking to punch their ticket to their first ever national title game.
They've had plenty of games where they were up 20 and, blowing the 20-point lead, so that's all we're thinking in our heads, that we still had a chance. But when time runs out and we're still not scoring and controlling what we can control, it's hard to just watch the time go by because it's about to be the end.
Ultimately, a championship was not to be. After the game, the locker room was quiet, a mix of emotions with the realization that a long, hard-fought season has come to a close.
This group of girls are heaven sent. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I love them more than anything. I told them they have my number. They can always use it, and if I'm free, I'll forever come back to support NC State as an alumni.
Fans tell me they are still proud of the run this team made, taking down some tough competition along the way.
Super proud. I'm super proud of the girls. I'm super proud of Wes and his team. It's awesome. It's a phenomenal team.
It really is a phenomenal team and a phenomenal run, and that's really the sentiment from fans all throughout this arena. They were just so happy to see their team in the Final Four for the first time in over 2 decades. They're hoping that they're going to be able to use this experience to build on it to next year. Gerald, the band and the cheer teams got the chance to explore the city, and this afternoon they came here, and when they were checking in, one of the workers here asked, are there any musicians in the group? One of the band members kind of laughed and said, yeah, just a few. From rocking out to dancing to any kind of music, it is shaping up to be an unforgettable experience for these members of the Wolfpack.
It's phenomenal. Like getting to see like artists I've looked up to, inspired to be similar to. It's just like I'm so glad I chose to come to this.
This afternoon, they explored the 6 floors of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, taking in some of music's history. Some of the musicians in the group say the exhibits are inspiring.
It's very cool. I love like getting to play all of the instruments that are behind us and like seeing all of like the musicians that I grew up listening to, that my parents grew up listening to. I've taken lots of pictures for them.
The museum is filled with all kinds of artists and artifacts from their careers. There are even a couple of Hurricanes jerseys hanging on the wall when you first enter. One with DMX and another with Jay-Z written across the backs. The Wolfpack hoping that's a sign of good things to come for the women's basketball team.
Once in a lifetime experience, especially for like being in band when you have 4 years of college. You never know how far your team can get. I love supporting my team every year. Seeing them get this far is amazing, and I hope to see them make it all the way.
I'm so excited. You will hear me. I promise you will hear me.
So what a day for them. And while the band and cheer teams were here during the day, the Wolfpack women, the actual basketball team, they had other obligations today, including a practice, of course. And then just a short while ago, the Naismith Awards were announced. Head coach Dawn Staley of the South Carolina Gamecocks won Coach of the Year. And the Wolfpack women will go up against her team, of course, on Friday night at 7 o'clock.